Hello! My name is Kallista, and welcome back to Mass Effect 2 Legendary Edition. In the last episode, we helped out Shiala, the Asari that we met on Pharaoh. She has turned green, but green is a good colour on her, it suits her. And now, fingers crossed, I think I've finally encountered the person who was manipulating Conrad.
We're looking for weapons. Shouldn't you be taking this seriously?
Hey, I'm 60 years old and finally out of my parents' house. And Eclipse girls never lack for, company.
You could get killed.
What about you?
I'm almost 20. My genetic stats are average, and my clan has little political power. For a good reproduction contract, I'll need money.
Okay, so that's why you two are joining Eclipse. Excuse me?
Can I help you with something?
Okay. Yeah, you were manipulating my, I don't want to call him a friend, general acquaintance?
I talked to an old friend, Conrad Werner. You told him that the Eternity Lounge was selling red sand.
Oh, you're Conrad's friend. Yes, that place is really dangerous. I should know. I'm an undercover cop. Did you get me the deed to the bar? I need the deed to, stop the red sand dealers.
Madam. Where would you be going with this, Naomi? Where would you be going with this? Here's the thing. This woman was lying to Conrad. You know, got him to do something that was potentially dangerous. The bartender at the Eternity Bar is a matriarch who is presumably quite powerful. He absolutely could have died. And now this woman has the audacity to lie to our faces. Like, Naomi, like, I do think part of her would be like, oh, I could lie to her. I get my thought is like, what plan have you concocted here? You know what, I'll trust Naomi. What do you have planned?
I softened up the bar owner, but you need to go in and finish them off.
Really? Are you sure?
Absolutely. You just need to close the deal. Go in, be tough, and let them know you're with me. They'll hand the deed right over.
Wow, great. Here, I'll set you up for a discount. Thanks for the help.
Oh, hell yeah! Hell yeah, thank you! Oh my god. Yes, give. I want to be tankier. And I want more gun damage. Yeah, I'm not so interested in that. Oh, boo. Boo. Sad times.
Oh, blue rose of Illium, let your roots dig deep into the hot soil of Tachanka. Let our scorching sun and sheeting rain turn your supple beauty into strength. For if our love is to survive, it must grow thorns to pierce the hand of any that would uproot it.
Oh. He died so a blue rose could grow. That's one of Cole's cryptic quotes in Dragon Age Trespasser. I knew he was referencing Mass Effect, but there it... Oh... I don't know how to feel about that, because on one hand I'm like, oh, I finally know what Cole is talking about. He's talking about this, but then I'm also like, oh no, you're gonna die. He died so that a blue rose could grow. I remember that quote. I remember that line. Oh, I'm so sorry. Don't look at me like that, please. Please don't look at me. I see your future, sir. I see your future. and it is not good. I'm going to assume you're not the owner of this stall. 1 second. It's a fish! You're coming with me. Yes, fish. And you. And you, yes. All of the models and the fish. Okay, now hello there.
What do you want? Sorry, that damn Krogan's love poems are getting on my nerves.
So this is unwanted.
Rows of
Oh,
Illium.
there he goes.
Your roots
There he
dig
goes.
into the hot soil of
Yeah. Do you want some help getting rid of him?
Is that Krogan bothering you?
No, you don't need to hurt him or anything. He's harmless. Which, I know, Krogan, so it's hard to believe. His name is Char. We're kind of dating, but, well, we're on a break. And he's trying to show me how sensitive he is by, well, wooing me. It's really bad.
Oh. Yeah. Why'd you break up?
So why are the two of you on a break?
He's serious. Serious, as in talking about kids. Char is a great guy to date, but for something permanent...
Blue rows of Illium.
Krogans live long lives. It's not like dating a human where you just stick it out for a century till they die. No offense. It made me wonder if he really likes me, or if he just wants kids. He can't have them any other way, you know, because of the genophage.
Oh.
On the rocky plains of Tachanka, I will build you a garden from the bones of my ancestors.
I'm listening to his poetry. Why'd you start dating in the first place?
It doesn't seem common for a Sari to date Krogan. What brought you two together?
He's a fun guy, really smart, especially for a Krogan. And he's got a good job as a transport technician. It's fun to join a mercenary guild or dance at bars for a few centuries, but eventually you hit the matron stage, you know? Then you get your back tattoo removed, let your scalp go back to its natural blue, and settle down with someone dependable.
Okay.
I am speechless.
Okay.
Not with blood rage, but with love. And
Aww.
I stand here, humble and mute.
He's got some good lines, bless him.
Come to me.
So here's the thing, it seems to me like she's in that awkward stage where she feels like she should be settling down, but she's also lamenting the fact of like, oh, if I do that, then I won't be able to be as wild and crazy as I have been. And then there's also the thought of like, shit, is he only with me for kids? Does he actually care about me? Or is it just so that I can provide him with kids? And we had an option to say, have you talked with him? I want that back. I want that back, so I'm gonna re-ask this.
So why are the two of you on a break?
He's serious. Serious, as in talking about kids. Char is a great guy to date, but for something permanent... Krogans live long lives. It's not like dating a human where you just stick it out for a century till they die. No offense. It made me wonder if he really likes me, or if he just wants kids. He can't have them any other way, you know, because of the genophage.
Yeah, have you talked to him about these worries?
That sounds like a question you should ask him.
I did. I don't think he realized that our kids would always have been Asari. Non-Asari don't always get that we're not taking alien DNA, we're just using it to randomize some of the genetic information. Anyway, Char was quiet for a long time. Then he said that he'd love our girls no matter what color they were.
Oh. Oh, that's... On one hand, that's sad that he thought that, like, oh, well, there'll be a chance that they could be Krogan. Because if that was the case, then Krogan would be swarming Illium. They'd just be like, hey, we're here for wives. Like, they'd all be there. But no, and then they're like, oh, he'd love our girls no matter what colour they were. That's adorable. That's beautiful. And I don't think he's gonna make it. Yeah, this is your decision to make here, love.
You need to talk to your boyfriend. He's just gonna keep shouting poetry until you do.
I know, but it's tough. I like him a lot. Hell, I love him. but I don't know if he's permanent Bond material.
Oh, this is... Oh, this is tough. This is tough. Not this one. I think it's between these three. His... Oh, so they have had this conversation. He seems to understand that, okay, if I'm with you, we won't have Krogan kids. But he is seemingly accepted, you know what, I'd be happy with kids. I just want kids. I want to raise a child. I do not care if they are Krogan. I just want to raise... I just want to raise a kid. That's all I want. And I'm in love with you, so let's raise those kids. She's concerned about, like, oh, I'm leaving my youth behind. I'm leaving my youth behind. This is a very permanent decision. Krogans live for, you know, almost as long as we do. So this is something extremely permanent. It's almost like she's having a midlife crisis. Oh, this... Here's the thing. In a way, I think that Naomi would... She would empathize a great deal with this Asari. Because right now, she's in a position where she can't be with the woman that she really cares about, because she's going through a lot of trauma and she doesn't know where her head is at, and for that reason she's having to, you know, isolate herself away. Liara was her best friend. Naomi still considers Liara to be her best friend, even if they aren't in a romantic relationship. Even if they're not in a sexual relationship. Naomi is still like, hey, I trust this girl. I value her wisdom. I value her opinion. I value her. But right now, I'm in such a fucked up place that even if we don't have any kind of romantic or sexual relationship, if we say, you know what, we work way better as friends, even if they decide to just be friends, Naomi's like, I can't be around you because, again, you cause me to experience extreme emotion, and right now I am emotionally vulnerable, and I'm trying to get myself to a place where I'm sorted, and I don't think I can do that around you. And that does hurt. That hurts a lot. Oh, here's... You'll never know if he's permanent bondmate material if you don't give it a go. You'll never know if you don't try. You say you're in love with him. Her issues seem to be more about like, oh, I'm losing my freedom than I don't want to have kids. She never said, oh, I don't want to have kids. Her whole thing was like, you know, oh, it's so permanent. It's such a permanent, you know, decision, blah, 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 blah. It didn't seem like this Asari was child-free. If you love him, if you know know that you love him, then why not give it a try? Naomi doesn't know where she stands. Naomi, the only thing she is certain of is that she's like, Liara is like my best friend. Naomi does not know if she loves Liara. It's why I've always said Naomi is not in love with Liara. She feels very strong emotions for her, but she is not in love with her. And, you know, them two interacting when, you know, one of them is in extreme emotional discord. That's not going to be fair on either of them. It is better for them both to stay away. However, if you know that you love this guy, if you know that you love him, why not take the chance?
Look at him. He's obviously crazy about you.
Is he? I mean, what if he just wants to have kids? Am I just his baby-making machine? He said I wasn't, but...
If he said that, then you either trust him, so you have nothing to worry about, or you don't, and you've already decided.
I guess I hadn't thought about it like that. And I do trust him, if he said it. I'm going to talk to him. Here, I've given you a discount at the terminal. Thanks for the help.
God damn it! I didn't think you were the store owner! How dare! How dare! I am offended. Ah, well. Ah, well, that'll happen. Yeah, I think... If she knows how she feels about him, if she knows how she feels and she knows how he feels, why not give it a chance? With Naomi, her thought is like, I don't know how I feel. If she didn't know how she felt, then yeah, like just wait. But if you say,
that still sounds like an awful thing to legalize. All the dangers are right there on the package. It's legally required. Who reads labels, though? So consider it a way to weed out the people too stupid to know their limits.
let me just finish my thought and then I'll talk about that. Yeah, if that lady had said she didn't know how she felt about him, then I think Naomi would have just said, like, I'm gonna leave you to it. But if you're saying that you know you love him, then why not give it a go? You'll never know if he's bondmate material if you don't act like that. Am I making any sense? If you never try being bondmates, then you'll never know if he's a good bondmate. And as for what these two were saying, to be honest, I get where both of them are coming from. If something is, you know, on a label saying, hey, this is dangerous, and you don't pay attention, then that's on you. But at the same time, not everyone reads labels. Not everyone reads stuff.
Has announced plans to sue the Citadel Council. The Batarians claim that slavery is an inextricable part of their caste system, and that by limiting the slave trade, the Council is violating their cultural rights. The indentured servitude market closed down 3 points, with representatives decrying the unwanted controversy.
I'm trying to move the camera, and Miranda's like, no, my head will always be in the way. Okay, Miranda. Okay. Yeah, I'm coming to see you in a minute. I'm gonna come and see you, but first...
Listen, I know the data is vital to the Kurosa family.
This Quarian or Volus who is tired of being passed over for promotions because of discrimination against exo-suit-wearing employees, Genetic Paradigms invites you to consider environmental adaptive therapy. Our trained staff has a success rate approaching 40%. Come to Genetic Paradigms and come out of your shell. A division of Elcos Combine.
I'm sorry, they need those suits to live. The Volus, because they've evolved in an environment where, you know, they have a different, you know, their air has a different chemical makeup to air in other places. I'm pretty sure that's why they wear the suits. And the Quarians are, they are immunocompromised. Like, we have a success rate nearing 40%. No! That's not high enough.
If this is the best you have, I'll make do. But you're certain the neural stimulators are compatible with both my suit and Asari physiology?
Absolutely. In fact, I use this model at home, sir.
Oh. Do you?
Madam, I'm such a... Kick him. Kick him straight in the arse. Do it. Do it. Bounce him. Punt him into the sun. Like, she's doing her job. She's doing her job, sir. Leave her the fuck alone. Don't be flirting with... No.
First-hand our Spectre.
Oh, it's Blasto again.
This one has forgotten whether its heatsink is over capacity.
I do love the line, "Enkindle this." It's beautiful. It's stunning.
This one doesn't have time for your solid waste excretions.
Damn it, this is just a misunderstanding.
Tell it to the judge. My surveillance vids caught your extortion attempt from 4 different angles.
I was misled. I was told that you had agreed to sell.
Take her away, before I have my bartender throw her out.
There we go. I remember the owner of the bar saying, like, oh, I'm having a bunch of cameras being put in. Okay, nice. Nice plan there, Naomi. Well done.
You said that bachelor parties are for very close friends. We're just co-workers.
We've been co-workers for 5 years, though. Aren't Solarian years like dog years?
Okay, now that's offensive.
I agree with the Solari, like, sir! Sir, that's a man! Don't compare him to a dog! Excuse you.
What happened? The undercover cop from the weapons kiosk just got arrested.
No, we can't. This would be a nice thing to do. This would be a nice thing to do, but I don't think that... To be very blunt, Naomi has no reason to be this nice to Conrad. She has no reason to play along with his delusions. The whole reason why she put a gun in his face, it was because he was like, oh, I want to be a Spectre. I can be your partner, this, that, and the other. And he was trying to fit into a very dangerous world. And so Naomi was like, okay, how do you react when a gun is pointed at your face? Because that happens to me all the goddamn time. You're clearly not right for this. Like, if you want to help, go do something else. Don't go throwing yourself into danger. And unfortunately, it backfired because he's been throwing himself into danger. Here's the thing. This might not be the first time this has happened, where someone has lied and manipulated him into doing their dirty work. And some innocent person is now suffering because Conrad was gullible enough to be taken in by scammers. Yeah, no. I can't have Naomi feed into his delusion.
She wasn't a cop. She was using you to try to take over this bar.
What? No. But she said, but she was pretty and blue. She wanted to get coffee, and she smiled when she said coffee. I'm pretty sure it was a euphemism. I screwed this up, didn't I? I screw everything up. Damn it, I'm so stupid. Who was I to think I could do what you do?
One, stop thinking with your penis. 2, you have a wife! I remember you talking about your wife. Why are you trying to get coffee with this scam artist? Conrad, why? Oh my... This guy! I'm gonna be honest. I think watching him, like, you know, oh, she was pretty and blue, and she said she wanted to get coffee, and oh, I screwed everything up. Like, I'm so stupid. I think Naomi would just be stood there being like, oh my god, I don't know. But I think she feels like a mixture of like, oh, this poor man, and oh, this stupid man. Like, it's a mixture of pity and sympathy where she's just like, oh, buddy. He does genuinely just want to help. He wants to help, but he's doing it in such a daft way. He did screw up. He absolutely did screw up. Yeah, here's the thing, he can still help. He can still help. Just don't try and be something you're not. Like, don't go putting yourself into danger. Don't go, you know, trying to get the deeds to bars and this, that, and the other. There are people who need assistance, but just don't throw yourself into danger, sir. Don't try and be Shepard. Just be Werner. Admittedly, Werner is weird and is potentially cheating on his wife. Here's the thing, he is ultimately harmless. I think he's more of a danger to himself than to anyone else. And Naomi, I said this, like, in the very first episode of both Mass Effect 1 and 2, when I was giving her backstory. Naomi's goal is to inspire. Anyone can make something of their life, no matter who you are, no matter what your skill set is, no matter what your level of education, your level of wealth, where you came from, no matter what, you can make something of your life. This guy is having you're like, oh, I screwed up, I'm so stupid, like, oh, I could never do what you do, da-da-da-da-da. Like, he's having a moment. Naomi is trying to get back to who she was. This is a man in need of inspiration. He did screw up. He absolutely did screw up, but he's going around pretending to be us. He's going around trying to be something that he isn't. You can still help, but do it in a way that Conrad Werner could help. Don't try and be Commander Shepard. Be yourself. Help in ways that you can help in.
You know how you screwed up, Conrad? You pretended to be something you're not.
I know. I'm sorry. I could never live up to what you've done.
Conrad, you idiot, that's not the point. You're never gonna be anything until you can do it yourself.
Okay, I'll go. I'll stop acting like you, and I'll make a difference. Somehow. Thanks, Shepard. It's really good to have you back.
Oh, Conrad. Conrad, you... I hope he, like, we tried to shove a gun in his face, that didn't work, so we've spoken to him. We've spoken to him and told him to be more like himself, and hopefully he will take that on board and stop doing stupid shit. Now, I am almost out of time, however, I want to speak to the bartender again, because I had a thought. I had a thought while I was editing, and I could take a second look at her dialogue.
Welcome back, babe. Can I get you anything? Sorry, no sex. Just cleaned the bar.
Madam, if you're who I think you are, then I think shagging you would be deeply inappropriate.
What's it like being an Asari matriarch?
Pretty much like being anything else. My parents had it more interesting than I did.
Yeah, there's two things I want to talk about. I think it was this one.
Why is a matriarch in a bar serving drinks?
It's better than what most other matriarchs are doing. Look at that screw-up with Saren and his Geth a few years back. Their ships were hanging bare-assed in space when Saren started shooting. If not for you humans, we would have bought it right there. And I warned him. Told people on Thessia what was coming and they didn't want to hear it.
Her reaction to that is extremely interesting because she goes from 0 to 100 almost immediately. Look at that screw up with Saren a few years back. Like, that is extreme. And it's very interesting that she refers to Benezia as that screw up, not by her name. Benezia was extremely famous. She was a well-known matriarch. I'm pretty sure that everyone knows that it was Benezia who was with Saren. Yet this bartender is saying like, oh, I can't say her name. I have to refer to her as that screw up. And her extreme emotional response to that, like I said, she goes from 0 to 100. There isn't anything, it's not even like, oh, well, you're supposed to ask it after you've asked about these things. She's really chill. She's really chill in all of these dialogue options. There's nowhere that you could slot that in where she's that angry. Benezia has to be something of a sore spot. She has to be, for the fact that she can't refer to her by her name, that she gets that angry when she's talking about her. This isn't just some like, oh, the Asari have been shamed. This is like an extreme emotional response. The other thing...
What's it like living for nearly 1,000 years?
Violent. Wars break out. Colonies get destroyed. Sometimes you hear good news, like that colony on Pharaoh surviving. That's the exception, though. You find peace in whatever arms will hold you. Turian, Elcor, Hanar. Even had a pureblood daughter. I was the father. Didn't work out. And one day you wake up, your figure's gotten matriarchal, and everyone else is too young to remember how the Quarians looked inside those suits.
It didn't work out. It didn't work out. That is not a... oh, we broke up because we were pissed at each other. That is quite a sad... that's quite a sad way to talk about ending a relationship. It didn't work out. We wanted it to, but it just didn't work out. And she had a pureblood daughter, and she was the father. So we know, or at least I think, talking about Benezia is a major sore spot for her, to the point where she can't even speak her name. At one point, she was in a relationship with another Asari and produced a pureblood daughter where she was the father. What do we know about Liara again? What do we know about Liara? She was raised by Benezia, who was her mother. She doesn't know who her father is, but it had to be another Asari. And here we have an Asari that we are getting a lot of information for. An extreme amount of information for. Like, these things are interesting. The thing about her mother and father, and the fact that her parents killed each other in a duel, this is completely unnecessary information. This is completely unnecessary information for just a background character. I think this is Liara's father. I'm gonna put a pin in this lady. I believe her name was Atheta? Something like that? Or Athea? Based on the... yeah, she can't say Benezia's name. She seems to have an extreme emotional response to Benezia. She was in a relationship with another Asari, produced a pureblood daughter. She was the father. She speaks extremely sadly. Oh, it didn't work out. It didn't work out, this relationship. That would produce a sore spot to where she couldn't say their name. Madam, I think I may have banged your daughter.
Thanks for telling me about that.
That's what I'm here for, babe. Get you anything else?
Just looking around.
Pleasure as always.
I'ma keep my eye on you, madam. I'ma keep my eye on you because I'm just saying. A lot of the things she said, they draw me to a specific conclusion. They draw me to a specific conclusion, and giving me all of this backstory about her. If she's just a random NPC, why do that? Why do that? I've got my eye on you. I've got my eye on you, madam. However, we are out of time for this episode. In the next one, we go and pick up Thane. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.